Ready as I'm ever gonna be, I guess, right? It's the most uncomfortable one. Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Say There, Buddy. Suppose you did the thing you'd rather do. What would that thing be? Saturday. And before I get into anything, J Peso, nah, you know what? I don't even want to do the joke thing first. I don't know. This is an uncomfortable one for me because there was a lot of situations over the last week. And I guess I'll just start from the beginning. I woke up on last Thursday, not this one, the last one, you know, cinnamon fireball whiskey, a couple shots so I could watch Blended, you know, like anyone does. And I'm not making an excuse for alcohol because I don't believe in that. If you can't handle alcohol, you shouldn't drink. You can't know that you can't handle it and then still drink and go, oh, well, it fucked me up again. This isn't that. I'm just kind of put you in my headspace. Had some drinks. Watched the movie, everything's fine. Went out Thursday night. I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to try to keep it brief too. As brief as possible because I know I want to get into questions and I hate that I have to do this here, but I'm not one of those dudes that just jumps on the phone looking down like I'm going to get you, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, partied with the boys Thursday, was introduced to a young woman. This is not a rape story, so don't. It's not going that route. I'm never rapey. Introduced to a young woman by a mutual friend. And we were going to hook up, and then she started telling me a little of her backstory, where we were hanging out, we were alone, we were by ourselves, and the more that she's telling me, the more I'm realizing, like, oh, this sounds like trouble. It just progressively got worse, and just worse and worse, and then reveals, oh, I've got 6 kids, which, hey, you know, to each their own. That's not my thing. I don't have any kids. That wasn't one of the reasons we didn't hook up. There was other stuff going on, drugs, alcohol. And in the morning, I decided not to sleep with her, just based on everything I was hearing. And in the morning, I took her to drop her off, and she led me to this location in a back alley where I felt unsafe. Let's just say that. There's a lot of factors at play there, a lot of which I won't get into. Just legally, I'm not going to speak on all that, but there's guys walking around. I felt like, something was going to happen. I was going to get robbed. So I took off. I unintentionally, this is so bad, dude. I unintentionally robbed her. But I went the next day to the friend that introduced us, gave him all of her stuff because all of her bags and everything were in my car. I gave him all of her stuff. He goes through her bags. I didn't. And then finds out, like, oh, no, she actually robbed the friend's place that we were staying at. So it turned out to kind of be karma. It was karma hitting her back. Turned out to be a good thing. But that was just the first night, and that's not the main thing I want to talk about. And I know it's already going long. The main thing I want to talk about is that the next night we were hanging out, and I got, for lack of a better word, assaulted. And the thing that bothered me there is it brought up a lot of stuff, and it put me in a situation where I had realized that I did turn the corner because I got sucker punched and I remained calm. I tried to de-escalate the situation. I did punch the guy back because he kept coming. Even after he hit me, I was calm. Yo, get your boy, whatever. He came at me, and this is kind of a mutual friend that knows people that we know, and since they haven't reached out, I'm assuming they're not going to take any responsibility for what happened. So I want to address it here real quick and say that that could have been a bad situation for everyone involved. So if there's some way that this gets to him, somebody knows or whatever, just tell him that I was within my legal right to pull the trigger on you that night, and I didn't. And I just want you to know that and appreciate that. I had it with me, and even as you know, he's going berserk. He sucker punched me. I punched him back. I thought that was going to be the end of it, but he starts throwing a tantrum. He's going berserk. He's hitting the car. He's doing everything. I'm sitting back, hand on the piece, like, I don't want this to turn into something just because I've been there. I've been on the other side of it. I don't know if you have anger issues or alcohol, substance abuse issues. Something you need to address, though. For me, it's over. I hope for you it's over, and like I said, I don't want to get, because I'm not the baddest motherfucker on the planet, and I'm not trying to present myself that way, but I was within my legal right to shoot you and possibly kill you that night, and that's not a good feeling for me, and I didn't, And I hope you can respect that, and I hope it's all past us. I had a lot of jokes written down. I was going to say you look like a walking tree from Lord of the Rings. You punch soft. I thought you gave me a kiss at first. I was going to let you know I'm not into dudes. Your beard sucks, but I'm not going to do any of that. I am just going to leave it kind of there, because I don't know where we stand on that. And I did want to address it because people that know you, this is all within certain circles. It's not my circle. My part in it is, well, I was going to say, because I started drinking Thursday morning and it pretty much continued all the way through the weekend. So my part in it is putting myself in a better position and not being in those situations. But for that young man, I don't think you're a tough guy. You might be tough. I don't know. I don't think you're a badass. I think you're a young man with a lot of confusion and a lot of anger issues. And I hate to get started on that note, but I do hope you realize that it's my restraint that diffused that situation. So hopefully we can move forward and it doesn't have to continue past that. But I did want to get my side out because I'm hearing stories from third parties. Oh, he busted your windows out. Oh, he did this, did that. It was none of that. It was punch for punch. I'm walking away. He's following me. He comes to the car. There was no busted windows. There's a few scratches on the hood of my car. I got people that can take care of that. People were telling me to file a complaint, an assault complaint. I'm not about all that. I just really hope that you get the help that you need. And it's going to be hard to transition into some questions from that, but I'm going to try to do that. Walking tree from Lord of the Rings. Okay, I know that sucks that we have to go from that, but I did want to address it. And to that young woman, I hope you got your stuff back. I have turned it over to the people that I thought could get it back to you. It's going to be so weird to transition from that into this, but I didn't just want to make a statement like a chode, even though I did. Okay, let's just try to get into it. Jay Peso is here. I'm Trouble T, and I had a neck brace fitted years ago, and I've never looked back since. We're going to try to keep it light, man. Let's get into some questions, because I wanted to do the thing, but I did want to make the statement, and it's going to be really weird for a minute. Maybe the next couple shows. I'm rusty, I'm fatigued. I did want to talk about it, though. And for me, that's the end of it. So we'll see how it goes. Would you rather have all your wedding guests, it's so awkward now, come down with food poisoning, or have the father of your spouse try to squeeze the fannies of all the female attendants? I like the fanny thing. All wedding guests come down with food poisoning, or have the father of your spouse try to squeeze the fannies of all the female attendants. I think I want to do the father of my spouse squeezing fannies, because that's nothing on me, that's on her. If the father's out there squeezing fannies of all the female attendants, it's going to be a pretty raucous wedding, right? I mean, that's a very memorable wedding, so I think I would like to do that. I know it's so tough, but I want to do it. I feel like I still want to do it. Would you rather be taken too seriously all the time, or be thought of as only a partier? I've always said I don't like people that are too serious all the time, and I think that was probably part of the issue. I don't want to keep coming back to that, but I know it's hard. It's kind of hard to focus. If I wanted to do it, I don't know. I'm feeling weird about it. Okay, we're just going to keep going, though. Taken too seriously, or be thought of only as a partier? I would rather be thought of only as a partier, as long as I'm not a partier all the time. Too seriously all the time, just too much drama. I don't like people that are serious all the time. I like to have a good time. Who knows? Maybe that's part of the problem. Would you rather have complete control over who goes to heaven and hell, or who gets to star in movies? Star in movies for sure. Well, no, I don't know. That's how Weinstein got in trouble, right? He was over control of who got to star in movies, and he is in prison now. He abused that power. I mean, how do you have complete control over that? Nah, because then you're going to be a part of Kanye's rants. I'll take control over who gets to go to heaven and hell, where I'm not necessarily God, but I do get to banish you to hell or heaven, just based on my preferences. That seems really fun. Would you rather win the Nobel Prize for physics, or be the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion? It seems like there's less pressure being the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Nobel Prize for physics. Still baller, though. But in our society now, I feel like the heavyweight champion of the WWE gets more respect than the Nobel Prize for Physics. That's just the way it is. Would you rather be forced to always have sex to the soundtrack of High School Musical or festive Indian music? I don't know the soundtrack to High School Musical, so I am going to go ahead and take festive Indian music. Is High School Musical, is that going to be like Bieber and Hudgens singing? Did they use their voices? I don't think I want to make love to that music. Would you rather be forced to always have sex in strobe light or with NASCAR airing in the background? Strobe lights, pretty fun. I do like the strobe light thing. I really don't want NASCAR on my television at any point. But I will say this, it would be easier to last longer with NASCAR airing in the background. I would just stare over at the TV as they're going around the track. I'm never going to reach completion with NASCAR airing in the background. Would you rather be forced to always have sex in libraries or janitorial closets? I like the library because we kind of have to keep it on the hush. There's an added element to that, so it makes it a little more fun. Janitorial closets, you know, you might get a mop or a broomstick in the ass. That's not really my flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and take libraries. Okay, now that we've got through what will probably be the most awkward portion, hopefully, I hope it doesn't get more awkward than that, of Suck Me Off Saturday, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsor, from our sponsor, and we'll be back hopefully with the lighter mood. I fell asleep in the library. I was in there studying paradoxes late into the night, more specifically indoor ornithology, and nobody even noticed. I fucked. Bacon-scented mustache for guys who fuck. They don't want that kind of drama. We'll be talking about unintentionally rob someone. That, to me, that's fun. If it would have just stopped there, to me, that's a funny story. It's probably not funny for her, because I don't really know the outcome of that. I haven't talked to him or her since that happened, because the other thing happened. Would you rather explore the black hole to see what's on the other side, or try and live on another planet? This says, the way this is worded, oh, these questions are out of the book, 2000 Would You Rather. You can play with yourself at home while you tell just some of the saddest stories I've ever heard. Would you rather explore the black hole, see what's on the other side, or try to live on another planet? The fact that this says try to live on another planet indicates that we don't know if human life is habitable there. So I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to explore the black hole and see what's on the other side. It may take me to what is on the other side. We don't know. I was going to suggest some things, but I really don't know what's on the other side of a black hole. It's one of our great mysteries. Maybe there's a peaceful planet. I always said I feel like we are in a simulation, but I feel like we're in a failed one. I feel like we're in one of the ones that didn't work, and whoever was doing the thing, even if it was an AI thing, they said fuck it, and they just walked away from the screen, and they're just letting it play out. They're like, I'm done. It's almost like a rage quit. Someone rage quit our simulation, and now we're just left to ride it out. We are in the failed simulation. Would you rather fantasize about food or materialistic things? I'm going to go ahead and take food. Fantasizing about materialistic things feels like that's a recipe for disaster, right? Food is more easily attainable. I don't know of any food. There's got to be foods that are out of people's price range, but it seems very few things. There are a lot of materialistic things that are out of people's price range. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of foods that are. So I think I'm going to take that. Pussy is out of some people's price range. Does that count as a food? You eat it. I don't know. I'm so juvenile. I apologize. Bacon-scented mustache for guys who fuck. Okay. Well, the first thing is, it's like life. You have to just get through that awkwardness. That's what I said, like, whenever everything happened. Give it a day, give it 2 days. I was feeling down. Blood pressure, like I went to the doctor, got neurological test. I did everything just to make sure it was on the up and up. And that's the other thing that I didn't get to there, is about fighting in the street. And this is for just young men, maybe women are fighting now too, but if you want to fight, Because this wasn't a fight. This was an assault. It was a sucker punch. If you actually want to fight people, if you feel like you're a tough person, there are so many gyms where you can sign up and get you a legal fight. And you can do whatever you want. But that's the thing. I think a lot of these people don't want that. I think they just want a sucker punch, or they just want to act the ass out there. I mean, I don't know if you can be heavily intoxicated before you step in the cage. I don't know what the rules on that are. But if you want to see how tough you are, there's some motherfuckers out there that will humble you. So, you know, you can do that. That's not me anymore. I knew I turned the corner. I got punched in the face and I remained calm. There was no rage. There was no anything. It was bam. Get your boy, man. Get your boy before something happens. I'm trying to tell his people, get your boy. For whatever reason, they didn't seem like they wanted to. But we're out of it. I'm not going to keep harping on it. I'm going to harp on it here because it's fresh on my mind, and this is the last time I'm going to speak on it. Hopefully that'll ease my mind a little bit. Would you rather get caught in a powerful rainstorm without an umbrella, or in a blizzard without a coat? Rainstorm without the umbrella. I actually like the rain. I'm one of the people that like the rain. I like to go out when it's raining, go in the backyard, maybe walk. Like, I like the feel of rain. And I used to have this real like zen thing about, oh, each raindrop that touches you is just a unique raindrop. It was really, you know, I was probably pretty high when I used to say all that. Don't you like knowing that that raindrop was specifically for you? And they're just like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about, man. Those are some good edibles. Blizzard without a coat, you know, that could kill you. I feel like in a rainstorm without the umbrella is actually pretty baller. Would you rather, oh, it's great. I'm going to read exactly that. Would you rather nipple clamps or baby toe hit with a club hammer? You know, give me the nipple clamps, I guess. And that my pinky toe, is that the baby toe? They call it a baby toe. Is so fucked up already. I feel bad for the hammer. I feel bad for anything that comes in contact with that baby toe. I will try the nipple clamps. I'm not a big nipple guy. I dated a woman for a while that she seemed like she always wanted to go for my nipples. I did not enjoy it. I did let her know eventually, like, this is not working for me. If anything, this is making my penis soft. So but in this case, I would rather wear nipple clamps. I guess that's what it's saying. It just says, would you rather nipple clamps? I would rather wear nipple clamps than have my baby toe hit with a club hammer. Would you rather be dropped inside a bottomless net in shark-infested water? So there's no net. You're bottomless net, so you're just going through the hole. So you could have just said, for future reference, be dropped inside of shark-infested water. Or, oh, another bottomless net. Be dropped inside a bottomless net in crocodile-infested water. I am going to take my chances, and this is completely ignorant. I don't know which are more aggressive when you get dropped in. I feel like crocodiles, when you hit the water, will react. But I also feel like in the water itself, you know, on land they can get you, drag you in, do whatever. But I feel like in the water itself, you're better off with crocodiles than you are with sharks. Sharks can, I mean, we know for sure they can bite you and tear you down in the water. Crocodiles, I just kind of see it on land and then they drag you in. I don't know that they necessarily get you while you're in the water. Now, once again, do not take that. That is no type of scientific research or advice. I'm completely ignorant to it. I'm going to take my chances with crocodiles over sharks every time, I think. Except on land. On land, I'll battle a shark on land before a crocodile. Would you rather walk in circles through a revolving door 1,000 times or chew the same piece of gum for an entire week? I mean, 1,000 times. It's more than it seems. Walking through a revolving door 1,000 times takes longer than you think it would. I mean, maybe. I'm thinking about how long I think it would take. What, 5 minutes? No, it takes longer than that. Same piece of gum for an entire week. Does it have to be in my mouth the whole time is my question. Because if the gum has to be in my mouth the entire time, I'm going to take walk circles through the revolving door. Because at least I'm walking and I'm getting some form of exercise. Would you rather live next door to a haunted house. I like that. Or across the street from a cemetery. I have lived, not necessarily across the street, but right down the street from a cemetery before. There's really nothing. As long as you're not fucking with it, most of the people are going to stay in their graves. The spirits are going to be pretty chill. It's not until you really go on their territory. I feel like ghosts are territorial, right? So you're next door to the haunted house. It seems like there's going to be a lot of yelling, screaming, you know. Now they're trying to get you involved. People are beating on the door, middle of the night. You're like, fuck, dude, this isn't my problem. You're in the haunted house. I don't see how, you know, this blowback comes on to me at all. So I'm going to live across the street from a cemetery. Next door to a haunted house is probably worse than living in a haunted house. You're like, fuck. There they go screaming again. It's just blood everywhere. Like, you're going to have to give a statement. Now you're going to have to do all this. At least across the street from a cemetery, they're doing their thing over there. Next door feels way too involved. What do we got, man? Would you rather never be able to do a good smoky eye or never be able to do a good contour? I don't see how either of these is going to affect me. I will tell you, I do love a good smoky eye. Smoky eye always reminds me of that Michelle Wolf joke at the roast about, what was her name? Sarah, whoever the press secretary was, and everybody, they didn't get the joke. They thought, I can't remember the exact dynamics of it. It was a great joke, because she had a good smoky eye, and everyone thought that she was attacking from a different angle than she was. I'm going to have to refresh on that. The smoky eye thing always reminds me of that Michelle Wolf presidential, when they shut down the whole thing because Trump couldn't take a, you know, nobody can ever say anything negative about me. I can shit all over everyone. But if you make a joke about me, oh God, it's over. Like a classic bully, like bullies always are. Can't take it, love to dish it. Would you rather cut your nails too short every time? I'm going to take never be able to do a good contour. I want to be able to do the good smoky eye. Would you rather never be able to do cut your nails too short? I went to the other one. Cut your nails too short every time you cut them, or never be able to own a pet? You know what? I'm not a pet guy right now. I do appreciate a good pet. Cutting your nails too short every time you cut them, that means they're going to be burning. Toenails, fingernails. I don't, you know what? No, but I do like that. I will take that. I'll cut the nails too short because I thrive on that pain. Okay, and I'll own a pet, and they'll just hear me yell. Okay, I think that's all we got for now. So until next time, I promise it will be more lighthearted next time. I'm Trouble T, and sometimes when I have a moment to relax, I spend time looking at my ceiling. I'm not sure if it's the best ceiling in the world, but it's definitely up there.